Georgia buyer's listing agreement. This is what your agent is going to want you to sign before you go seeing houses with them. So let's go and see what it really says. All right, exclusive buyer brokerage engagement agreement. This is a GAR form, the Georgia Association of Realtors. So obviously this is Georgia specific, as this channel is called Investing in Georgia, where we go over building, fixing, buying and selling real estate. And my contact information is below if you want it. My name is Alan. For the term of, now this can be 30 days, it can be a year, it can be 90 days, usually somewhere between 30 and 90 days. If you do not know what all this is, everything should be checked except buyer agency. The only one you want is buyer agency. And compensation, the standard is 3%. Everything is negotiable. The standard is 3%. Possible payment of compensation by seller or seller's broker. Buyer directs or does not direct agent to seek that to be paid by the seller. Unless you want to pay them directly, you should check that. I'll get into this compensation here in a little bit. I'm not going to get into leases. Protected period. This is in case the agent takes you to see a house and then you decide to go behind the agent's back and go purchase that house afterwards. This gives them an actual protected period, so you don't do that. Compensation of assignment. We're not going to get into assignments. And just like that, we're going to start to get into the definitions of stuff. I'm just going to step back and give a brief summary of a lot of these things in these next couple sections. So what you can expect from your agent. You can expect your agent to act in your best interest. That there's going to be no other agency relationships with other parties in the transaction. They will make all disclosures required by law and comply with all laws and not give any false information. They will attempt to locate suitable properties for you, obviously, and assist with negotiation if requested. They're going to keep any confidentialities that you have with them confidential. And they will report any fraud if they suspect it from you or the other side. And what your agent expects of you. Be reasonably available to see properties. Going to need to respond timely and inspect or become familiar with the property. And carefully read all contracts and disclosures. And understand them. And if you have any questions, you can ask for clarification. But at the end of the day, it's up to you to understand them or ask for clarification. Work exclusively with them and disclose any other agents, properties seen, offers made, etc. This is actually to protect you for a reason I'll get into in a minute. And also not contract for sale by owners without giving opportunities to contact them first. So why does your agent need to know any agents you've worked with or properties you've seen or offers you have made? Because you can actually owe the previous agent a commission for showing you that. Another thing in here is the limit on broker's liability. The buyer acknowledges that the broker shall have any liability greater than the amount of commission they are paid from it. Buyer default. Notwithstanding any provision to the contrary herein, buyer agrees to immediately pay broker its compensation or unpaid portion thereof in the event of the following occur. Buyer defaults on a contract to purchase real estate under which broker would have been paid its commission had the transaction closed. So if you go under contract and you default on that, you can still owe your agent commission. If the buyer agrees to mutually terminate with the seller the contract to purchase, you can still owe your agent commission. Or C, buyer unilaterally terminates this agreement and then enters into a contract to purchase property, lease to purchase, or lease with an option to purchase of property as applicable, either during what would have been the remaining of this agreement had the agreement not been unilaterally terminated, or during the protected period. Or this is as I was hinting at earlier, buyer enters into a contract to purchase real property during the term of this agreement and later closes on the same property where broker is not paid its entire commission. So if you have signed this contract, if you signed this agreement with another agent, then you have the new agent to show you, you can owe that commission. Warning to buyers and sellers, there is cyber fraud. I'm not even going to get into all that type of stuff right now. Indemnification, covenant not to sue. All these exhibits are going to determine on each transaction whichever one is most important. And exhibits, buyer's acceptance, autograph. And down here, receipt of a copy of this agreement is hereby acknowledged by buyer, and above agreement is hereby accepted. So that's the last thing you got to sign. So for your fellow viewers' sake, please correct anything I didn't include or anything that was unclear. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. If you have any questions about Georgia real estate or construction, feel free to give me a call. My contact information is below. This is Alan. Thanks.